Hi everybody, welcome back to Ancient Warfare with me, Sid, and this is the final episode. I think we've done about everything we haven't done everything we can with this pack, but I thought the final thing we needed to do to show this off was to show this off, the world, the village, the castle, all the things we've done with shaders. Now shaders, I've got a pretty good machine, but the graphics card is not really up to shaders, and my FPS is probably hitting about 11 or 12, so I do apologise for the low FPS, but I just wanted to, if I can get off the ground. I'm in creative mode as well, of course. No, I don't seem to be able to fly. This is, of course, what happens when you get a lot of lag. Oh well, we'll walk. So yeah, end of the series, and it's hard to believe that we started this series. Well, I started this series. We started. You started watching it, and I started playing it. Whoa, way back in May, when I did this actually as a mini series. The purpose of it was to explore Ancient Warfare. I'd previously done a Britannia standalone. I use the word standalone loosely. You know, we have got additional mods other than Ancient Warfare in this. We've got Chisel and Bibliocraft and Decocraft, Carpenter's Blocks. You know, all support mods really. But yeah, so I thought we'd have a little tour of the world. And excuse me, Daisy, blah blah. So yeah, we've got. If you recall, we started. I think one of our early forays into Ancient Warfare was this tree farm. Now the structure we're in now was added quite a lot later, but the tree farm itself has been running. Is actually no doubt again full right now. If I can just get myself through here, yep, you can see absolutely full. These tree farms are insanely efficient in Ancient Warfare. But I've got to say, I love the look of this place with shaders on. It's I'm probably going to be setting a photo album up for this and on the blog space after I've recorded this, and a world download along with all the mods and the current configuration we've got. So yeah, I mean, the purpose was to explore Ancient Warfare, as we said, and you know what we learned early doors is Ancient Warfare is extremely resource hungry with the old research, but there's incredibly useful tools. Those water wheels look absolutely stunning in this with these shaders, I've got to say, and yeah, I'm loving this, but and I think early doors, I kind of came to the conclusion that this pack needed to be explored more fully, and everybody was really enjoying it. I mean, we did 14 episodes, which ran for the 14 days I was away. Every day we had an episode of this running, and it went down really well. Everybody enjoyed it. They liked the Ancient Warfare, so much so that many, I mean, Big and on the server has put Ancient Warfare in the pack. I've got it in Major Dark Ages. But if you recall, we started with this damn table here, and there's not much left in research to do, but the research queue, and it used so much string. I mean, it was ludicrous the amount of string it needed. So much iron, so much charcoal. And I think the first building we started off with in this settlement itself was over here, which has since been split into two buildings. Whoa, it's a little bit difficult navigating on a low FPS, you'll have to excuse me. Was this building, and it was just a big building. It was basically where I lived, and it's since mutated into two. We've got the enchanting room for Elminster, the researcher. Well, Elminster, the sage, was thing. We've got an incredibly bright chemistry set. One problem with shaders, of course, and modded is they do often render some of the modded items very brightly, like the crystal ball. But this was where we started off. We got the basics going down there, and since then we've added the swing and a whole load of decorations around this area. And this half has become Pat's house. That's where you can find it, because obviously, as you will no doubt recall, the pathfinding of the NPCs in this mod, this series, has been an absolute, oh god, let's try not walk into things, an absolute nightmare. They can't find the way out of a paper bag. It's a number of times you find one stood here going, oh, there's a post in my way, I can't move, and not walking around it. Now the next building we put in was the town hall with this huge honky great windmill, another brilliant machine from Ancient Warfare, also incredibly expensive in resources. The amount of wool is a joke, but that kind of powered this stuff here. This is the warehouse where we kept, well, we got room in there for 70,000 items. We're nowhere near full, but this is basically the primitive AE system. And yeah, the town hall block where all of our NPCs come to get their food. Now our first NPC, let's cast our mind back a little bit. And the first villager we had was probably the only one that I've never had a problem with him finding his way to work. And he just has to go and prove me a lie. You've gone and got yourself stuck, haven't you? Behind this. See, he proves me a bloody... Off you go get some food. I'm glitching through the ground. But yeah, Farmer Giles, we built him his little cottage. And it was nothing special, it was just a fairly basic cottage, just some standard... In fact, I didn't even use Bibliocraft for decorating his, it got vanilla decorations. Shock horror. Poor old Farmer Giles, he didn't get a nice chair. And the well went in, we got the old animals in here. Now Farmer Giles' job was quite simple, he kept this thing running. The cow farm, again out of resources, the pig farm, what was at the time a chicken farm and has since been changed to be a sheep farm. I think we put the forge in as well, and this was one of my little auto smelt. Do you mind? I'm recording here. The old auto smelter here, so yeah, and then obviously Bibliocraft stuff got thrown in for decoration purposes. The other NPC that was with us early doors, of course, was this guy down here, and he's actually been with us more or less from the start. He's not died, he's not had any mishaps. His only real issue is he does like to swim while he's fishing. Now obviously the fish feeder, this thing, again, Ancient Warfare device, upgraded to a maximum area, and it is seriously efficient. You will never starve if you have one of these. The boat, we never named the boat actually, that's really bad luck, but someone suggested we build a ship, and of course I can't build a ship and build a 10 block long, you know, tub. It's got to be a ship. If I'm building a ship, it's going to be really ship shape. And obviously the castle, as you can see, there's sunset up there, so yeah, the shaders looking nice. But yeah, this was Captain Haddock's home. Originally Captain Haddock lived in there. We tried to move him, and his home is actually officially set in this thing here. But again, his pathfinding is terrible. I don't know whether I can sleep yet. No, it's not yet. But the ship, Wool and Clay from Chisel 2. Very nice block. Well worth investigating. But the walls took an age as well, actually. The castle walls. But if I can manage to get myself to fly at any point, we'll take a flying tour once the sun is rising. Let's just sleep the night off. And we can get on for another fresh day. Come on, get me up in the air. Hang on. It's not. Tell you, when your system is lagging, you just cannot fly. It's insane. Oh, that's a nice view. I do like that. of the castle in the morning. Yeah, that's definitely worthwhile walking out to. So yeah, we had the docks, and these have been a real pain in the backside. These docks. This was the customs house. These docks have had more NPCs stuck against chests and things. The zombies would come around here hunting them down. It's been, yeah, challenging. And if it weren't the zombies hunting them down, it's the bloody archers or whatever jumping off into the water and going off hunting the zombies. So we've had a few fatalities there. Oh, there's Ernest, he's hungry. Father Ted didn't make it, if you recall, but Colin the Carpenter has managed to get himself stuck in here, however. Those don't really work with shaders, do they? But yeah, so we got the church, and we had a priest in here at one point. He wasn't overly useful, to be honest, but yeah, the church was nice. Again, I've really enjoyed building this. It's been one of those towns and things that it's just been a real fun coming up to try and make things look, nice. And Arnold is now stuck on a chair. That's why he's not doing his job. They managed to fall down holes into the NPC pathfinding does leave a little bit to be desired in this, to say the least. Oh god, let me just come out of the shaders a second. None. Just to try and get, I've tried so many different shaders and they all things. Come on, right, you. Shit. Oops. I think that's what I did to Father Ted, actually. Alright, I'll not do that again. Right, let me get up in the air and then we can turn the shaders back on again. At least then, where are we? Zeus, no, not Zeus Ultra, Zeus Standard. Zeus Ultra is too much. Zeus Standard is pretty much too much. But, and I've even allocated more memory, but... So the walls were designed on a modular thing, so each section of wall was 5 with that in the middle, and you ended up with a kind of very three-dimensional depth, just varying the stone types. Obviously, we've got the, I'm not going to land, got the gates here, and as we saw before, we've got the watermill and stuff around the edge. But the idea of the covered walkway was, in theory, to actually stop the NPCs jumping off. I've still managed to have a few die, somehow, and God knows how, because that's only 1.5 blocks high, so they can't, in theory, jump off. Now, the combat NPCs in Ancient Warfare, if they spot a hostile mob, they're after it. They are after it like a ferret up a trouser leg. And that is just, I love it. It's really, with the shaders, it just takes it to the next level almost. So what I didn't want is them doing that. So clearly we needed to stop them doing it, and that was the solution. The farm, so we put in the aqueduct back here, if I can get myself around. Each of these farms was obviously water wheel powered. We did 3 originally, and then we added the 4th and the 5th down there. These farms, again, super efficient. I mean, that's the cactus farm, not the most efficient, but cactus isn't an efficient growing thing. The sugarcane farm has been pretty good as well. Now, if you go and look at the potato farm, well, we can tell, because all the potatoes are not harvested, that it's full. It also has managed to pick up a spruce block somewhere along the lines. Same with the carrots, are probably very close to that. I've got a fence somehow. And of course the wheat farm is full. So yeah, this tree-lined avenue, it just looks brilliant with the shaders on. It really has to be said. The stable where we kept our bobos, we never really did finish that tack room off. I will live. The old rundown livery stable there, and then over the top here we had the causeway that came out to the castle. And the castle itself is, well, we've only just finished it, last episode in fact. But when I saw this floating island out here just sticking up on this pinnacle of rock, I apologise. I'll try and do this slowly so we don't get too much flame. Oh, that lens flare was brilliant. Oh. You should not be... Oh, I know what's the matter there. Just let me... That was... When I put the carpenters block it up. No. There we go. Sorted. Yeah, so the plan when I saw this thing was to build a castle on it, and as we started building it, it got very organic in shape. I kind of hugged the shape of the terrain to some degree, which did make building the castle itself quite awkward. And it's only a few episodes ago that this was, realistically, was just giant slabs of stone. Still is giant slabs of stone, but at least now they're sexy looking stone. That's the theory anyway. And you know, we put in the big dome roof over the great hall there, the little turret, and then the main central tower there. Now, if I'd have had the resources, a lot more blue stained clay, I may have been tempted to do that roof in the same material, but you know, resources are limited, and clay and lapis especially. But I certainly can't complain at the views. And obviously inside, you know, there's a whole host of stuff going on in here. We had, I'll land again, the little stables with another horse, the troughs, and you know, various combat dummies and skins, all of the nice decocraft features, the tiki torches from Ye Gamel Chatels. The grand hall itself was great fun to decorate, actually. What is that? Dirt on... strange. So the great hall itself, lit with chandeliers, and the things... Again, these are not rendering quite as nicely as I would like in a shader pack, but that's just the nature of the beast, I'm afraid. Set for a dinner, great dinner with the thing, suckling pig and turkey. I could just eat some suckling pig and turkey. Well, maybe not suckling pig, that sounds a bit cruel. But you know, it's been. I think we got the guardhouse down here, with their little mess area, and the office for the captain, and of course the dungeons, which are fairly recent addition, with the skellies sitting in there. I don't know whether this pack obviously doesn't render these as leaves. I was going through the shaders. Some of these skellies were like wavy. Oh, look at that! Look at the sunlight effects on that. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. But yeah, so the Decocraft added a lot of features which wouldn't have otherwise been available to us. We would have been, you know, lots of bare, bland rooms, and nowhere more so than when we got into the keep itself, which I will try and navigate up to in my low FPS. Yeah, so obviously the entrance chamber, and then as you go up, we did the cluttered bedroom, which is, you know, my kind of style. I like clutter. Clutter works for me. Spiral stairs, which are not the best idea in the best times, but you know, the Decocraft just allows you to decorate things, and the Ye Gamel Chatels for that matter. There's lots and lots of things you can do with these mods, just to give that finishing touch. Of course, the Quarry was the other major machine from Ancient Warfare, and probably the one that everybody loves, because everybody loves the Quarry. Let's be honest, and everybody loves a giant bearskin rug as well. But you know, the Quarry is just such a useful tool when I could spend my time building, or I could spend my time mining. Or why not do both? Get a chunk load of Quarry. Ours was windmill powered, because that's probably the most efficient. I got the library, I got all the books in. It took a while, but I got them all in. So the study area in here, and then on the top floor we had the final the final slowly ease myself around here. The science, magic, potion brewing area, the alchemy. The sun's obviously setting again. Got the super glowing chemistry set. So do a bit of stargazing. But yeah, this, I have to say, this has been an absolute pleasure to play. You know, just thinking, what can we do next? Where can we go? So yeah, and as the sun sets, we'll watch the light set over the town. Then I think that kind of draws a close to Ancient Warfare. Or does it? Because of course Ancient Warfare is a modular system, and we're currently using the Structures module, the NPCs module, and the Machines module. And there is a third module coming, a fourth module coming, the Vehicles module. It's not written yet, hence we've not done anything with it, obviously. But yeah, that kind of means that we could come back here when the Vehicles module, if the Vehicles module is ever written. I'm not going to say when, because it's been a long time coming, and it could be an even longer time coming. So, is it the end? Well, I think rather than saying the end, I think we'll end this episode by saying to be continued, because at some point in the future there is going to be hopefully the Vehicles module. Hopefully it'll be still compatible with this mod pack and we can still build on it. But until then, what I will do is I will probably put up a photo album of this build. I will certainly put up a zip file of the world file and the mods and all of the things that went into it, so you can just drop the whole lot into a multi-MC instance and away you go. Put those on the blogs, link in the description as per, and we can move on to Pastures New with the secret mini-mod series that I'm going to be doing for this holiday. I'm not going to be doing one a day for this one because I don't think it's got that much kind of longevity in it. Having said that, I wouldn't have thought this one had that much longevity in it. So yeah, but for all of you who've been with me from the start, or joined me midway through and went back and watched stuff, or have just caught this video, all I can say is thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed playing it. And on that note, I will say thank you and goodbye for now. And don't forget, to be continued.